All right, welcome to a vinyasa flow practice. My name's Kaylee. When you're ready, you can meet me lying face down on your belly. Do whatever feels comfortable as you settle in here. If you'd prefer not to lie face down on the belly, you can always press back into a child's pose. And face down is a bit of a misnomer for me. I like to turn my head off to one side and relax the arms down by the side of my body. Let the shoulders just melt away from the spine. Don't worry about your posture here for a moment. Let your eyes soften or close. And give yourself a chance to pull some of your awareness into the room that you're practicing, onto your mat, and into your body. If you've got your head turned off to one side, you can go ahead and move it to the other direction and start to turn your attention to your breath. See if you can draw the inhales just a tiny bit lower into your lungs with every cycle. Maybe slow your exhales down a little bit. Let your body get heavy. Let go of any clenching in your low back or your shoulders. Just take a few nice, full, patient breaths here. And take one more long inhale. Let your belly press down into the ground. This time, open your mouth as you exhale. Maybe you feel the low back release a little and reset. And then bring the chin forward, lift the head up, start to roll the shoulders toward the spine, away from the ears. Float your arms up off of the ground. Keep the arms straight, turn the palms to face down, and then reach the fingertips back toward your toes. You can do that little shrug with the elbows and the shoulders if you like. Keep pulling the fingertips back. Press your pubic bone down here. Bring your feet close together. The heels will touch. Maybe the whole inner edge of your foot touches. And then perhaps you float the legs up. Keep gently pressing down through your pubic bone as you lift and activate the backside of the body. No forcing it, just finding some energy there. Breathe in. And then release it down. Turn your head to face the left. Take a breath. And come back into that locust variation. Real mindful setup. Take your time. See if you can connect a little bit more with the back of the body, shoulders, the sides of the spine, the glutes, maybe the back of the thighs. Breathe in. And then this time, look to the right. Let your head drop. Take a full breath. We're going to come back to locust. This time it's just for your inhale. Look to the left. Relax it down gently on your exhale. Locust through the center. Breathe in. Look to the right. Exhale and relax just for that out breath. Again, inhale, locust. Exhale, lower, look to the left. Inhale to locust. Exhale, lower, look to the right. One more time each side, breathe in. Breath out, maybe you close your eyes. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Locust pose here, take a big breath in. Bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes under. Drop the knees down. So knees are down, you're on your toes and your palms. Engage your abdominals. So pull the belly away from the mat and press your hips, the fronts of the hips down for a moment. Try and keep the abdominals active, the glutes are on, and then we're gonna press straight to a kneeling plank. So press up, nice strong there. Stay there, or if you want, you lift your knees so you're in high push-up. Take a big breath in. We're gonna lower half the way down, either on your knees or not. And then come back to high push-up, big inhale. So we're warming up real well today. Lower down, exhale. One more, inhale up. Exhale down, lower all the way down to the mat. Keep your hands relatively where they are. Untuck the toes. Tent the fingers, crawl the fingers back just a little bit, and then find cobra as you press down into the tops of the feet and the finger pads. Lengthen the crown of the head away from your sternum so your neck is long here. Maybe you take your chin forward and take your gaze upward. And then downward facing dog. Plant the hands. You can slide through a table like me. Lift your hips. Take a few deep breaths here. Bend into one knee really deeply as you try and press the other heel down. And then switch legs. Bend into the other knee deeply. Stretch the opposite heel down. You can pedal out your down dog a couple times if you like. Maybe you give your head a gentle little nod or shake. Set your eyes either toward the mat between your toes, or maybe even toward the space between your knees or your thighs. Take a breath in through your nose. And then let's take a cleansing exhale out through your mouth. Hold your exhale, lift your heels, look forward. And then take a big step to the top of the mat. Feet are going to be pretty close together, so you can come right into a halfway stretch with winged arms. So your torso is going to be roughly parallel to the ground here. The legs, the knees can be bent. Send your sit bones back as you reach the crown of the head forward. Just like locust, feel your shoulders hug away from the ears here. Take a breath in, and then catch the calves as you fold forward. Let your chin tuck toward your chest. Do that again, halfway stretch, wing your arms, breathe in. And then fold forward, catch the calves, let the crown of the head drop straight down. Once more, inhale, winged arm, halfway stretch, abdominals are active. Catch your calves, let the head drop, unclench your jaw. Take your time to rise all the way up to stand, press through the middles of your feet, hug the inner thighs together, circle your arms up over your head. And then bend your elbows into a cactus or a goalpost shape. Keep pushing the feet down. Interlace your hands at your lower back. Bend into the knees just a tiny bit so you can kind of relax the low back a little here and find a little back bend. Breathe in. Engage the abdominals. Send your butt back. Fold forward with that bind. Release the bind. This time palms to the shins for your halfway stretch. Same energy in the shoulders. Plant the hands, step back to plank pose, rock forward, lower half or all the way down. I'm gonna go all the way down. If you're halfway, you can take up dog. If you're all the way with me, another cobra. Finish your inhale. Down dog, press the ground away. Use your hands and your knees if you want. Stay here, take 2 nice long breaths in. And slow, steady breaths out. Try and set your eyes to one spot. Breathe in. Finish that breath out and then hold the exhale. Empty, empty, empty. Lift your heels on empty lungs. Take a big step or a hop to the top. Halfway stretch, palms to the shins on the inhale. Forward fold, catch the calves, let the head drop down on the exhale. Rise all the way up. Focus on your breath. Try and finish your stretch at the top of the in. And then bend the elbows as you exhale. Interlace your hands at your lower back. Try and get the other pinky on the outside this time. Take a breath in. And then hinge at the hips, fold forward. Let the head drop down. Release your bind. Halfway stretch on an in-breath. Plant the hands. High push-up to low push-up or all the way to your belly. Finish the out-breath. Cobra or upward facing dog. We're not in a rush. Breathe in. And then downward facing dog. Set your eyes. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. Spread your fingers wide. Breathe in. Breathe out. Use your abdominals to empty completely. Lift the heels on empty lungs. Step or float your feet to the top. Halfway stretch right away. Breath in. Fold forward and empty. Rise all the way up. Maybe you even look up towards your hands. Bend your elbows as you exhale. Interlace your hands. Fill your lungs up. And then fold forward as you let it go. Halfway stretch. Breathe in. Vinyasa, however you want to get to downward facing dog. You could hop to chaturanga. You might add crow. You could just step straight to down dog. It's a great version. And then when you land in downward facing dog, take the right leg back in space behind you, breathe in, put a big bend in your right knee, pause and take a few breaths here. Keep pushing into the right hand so that you can press back toward your left thigh. That's the leg that's on the ground. So chest is swirling toward your left thigh. Try and square that right underarm over toward the left knee. You can circle your right ankle a few times or wiggle your toes. And then re-extend the right leg. Take a big breath in. We're gonna step the right foot all the way through, drop your back knee down, and then come all the way into a revolved low crescent. So left arm's gonna reach up, bring your right hand to your lower back here, and use that right hand for a little bit of support. Try and spin the chest gently over toward the right. You might even look back over your right shoulder. Reach up, bring your hips in line with your left knee. So lift up a little bit, press that left hip point forward, and then keep the left arm lifted, but just rotate your chest back to the front of your mat, to the front of the space. We're gonna do that 2 more times. This is your inhale, you're squaring the chest. And then as you exhale, take a little rotation to the right, look toward the back of your mat. Inhale to the center. Exhale, little rotation to the right. Come back to the center as you breathe in. And then release the fingertips down. We're gonna stretch that right hip up and back and make some adjustments here. We'll take about 3 deep breaths. You're finding some space in the back of the right leg. Be gentle with your hamstrings here. Maybe you drop the head and give your chin a gentle shake from shoulder to shoulder. One more long breath in. Stay here as you exhale. Start to rebend the right knee. Walk the hands forward. Press the left hand out underneath your left shoulder. Let's lift the left knee up. And then start to sweep the right arm up and open as well. Walk your right foot just a little bit over to the right. Really press down into your left hand so you feel that left shoulder blade spiraling on your back away from your ear toward your spine. Breathe in, and we're gonna take a threaded needle variation. So you're gonna sweep your right arm underneath and behind the left arm. Reach the right fingers to the left as far as you can. So let your shoulders round around away from your spine. Come back into that open dragonfly. Shoulder blades hug toward the midline. Breathe in. Find your threaded needle again here as you breathe out. So we're not dropping that right arm down, it's active. Again, inhale, open, shoulders hug toward the spine. Exhale, round and around, reach way back, almost toward your left pinky toe. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Come all the way back open on the inhale. Bring the right hand underneath your right shoulder, drop the left knee down. We're gonna take our lizard lunge here. So left knee lowers, unless you wanna keep it lifted, you do you. You can stay here, or it might feel like an interesting experiment to lower onto the forearms. You can also grab a block and place that like so. Imagine I had a block and not just air underneath the elbows there. And breathe into where you feel those sensations in your body. In this practice, I like to remind myself the piece of yoga philosophy that's at the center of yoga, which is that you are enough exactly as you are. You're already whole. There's nothing that you need to change to become worthy. You already are. It's just innate in your existence. And at the same time, it's totally worthwhile to practice a steady effort from a space of like inner peace and self-confidence. So it's not about proving anything. It's about really manifesting, actualizing the truth of who you are. And start to come off the elbows if you were on them. Let's bring that right toes and right knee back through midline. Tuck the left side of toes under. Lift your left knee up. Rock forward and backward a couple times. And then we're gonna try and take a big step with the left foot outside of the left pinky finger. So maybe you lift the hips up, big step, or you can kind of hop it there, and we'll meet in Malasana. Bring your hands to your heart. Let your tailbone get heavy. Maybe you shift your weight from foot to foot. I like to close the eyes down here and then come back to that reminder that you're enough. Whatever the yoga pose looks like or feels like, you are enough. There's nothing to prove. Practice finding little bits of progress or growth from a space of inner peace and confidence. Press your thumbs into your heart space. Take a breath in. Stay here. Push your knees into your elbows as you exhale and sit a little taller. Take one more breath in. And then release the hands, fold forward, point your toes back toward the top of the mat and heel toe them together. Rise all the way up, take your time, sweep the arms over your head on your inhale. Cactus your elbows on your exhale. We're gonna release the arms down, bend at the knees and hinge at the hips. You might even bring your fingers to touch. It helps if you have long arms or fingers here. And then come into chair pose without lifting the hips. 3 deep breaths. Find some energy on your inhales. Find a little challenge on your exhales. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Again, inhale. Sit a little lower on your exhale. Release your arms to your side. Stand all the way up and then circle the arms up, breathe in. Fold forward, let it go. Halfway stretch, finish the inhale. We'll meet in down dog. You can vinyasa through whatever shapes is part of your own personal practice or that you want to experiment with today. And from downward facing dog, left leg lifts, put a big bend in your knee. Find some space here as you continue to use your left hand to square your chest back toward your right knee. You may even bend the right knee, that standing knee, a little bit. Kick the left leg back, breathe in. And then we're gonna step the left foot all the way through. Drop the right knee, lift the right arm. Left hand comes to your low back for your revolved crescent lunge. Come back to your breath. See if you can slow it down a little bit here. If your hips are really far forward and you're working on ankle range of motion, great. See if you can bring the hips back up over your right knee. Try and take a peek over your left shoulder without straining, just finding that range of motion. Lower abdominals are lifting up and in to help you find that twist. And then square the chest forward, look forward, breathe in. 2 more times, rotate to the left. Inhale, really tall through the spine. And then exhale, keep all of that length in the spine as you twist. Come back to the center, look up as you fill up. And then release the hands down. We're gonna find our hamstring stretch on this side. So take up some space if you need, make some adjustments. And then tread with a lot of respect into the back of the left thigh. Use your breath to make sure that you're in that zone of like loving challenge. That space where we have the opportunity to grow without too much extra stress. Growth can be stressful, that's okay. Usually is. But can you titrate it in a way that you really do have the capacity to handle in this moment? Be honest. Make sure the breath is still flowing, smooth and steady. 1 more round. Look forward, start to walk the hands forward as you rebend the left knee. Bring the right hand underneath your right shoulder. Push into your front foot and your right hand. Lift the right knee and then sweep the left arm up and open. Try and stack your shoulders and your wrists. Feel the shoulder blades hug toward the space behind your heart. Breathe in. And then that strong threaded needle, reach the left arm behind the right arm and as far over to the right as you can. 3 more. Inhale as you spiral open. And then exhale, round it around. Let your shoulders shrug toward your ear and away from the spine. 2 more times with your breath in and out. Again, breathe in. Last one, breathe out. Open it back up on the inhale. Drop the back knee. Bring the left hand inside of your left foot for your lizard lunge. You can untuck the left toes. Maybe you wiggle the hips gently side to side. Do a little self-massage there. You can stay or work your way onto your forearms. And then just keep tuning into the sensation of your breath. Notice if you can soften around the eyes, the jaw. And one more nice long inhale. And stay with it for the exhale. If you walked onto your elbows or forearms, come back to the palms. Tuck the left toes, or tuck the right toes under, the back foot, that's the one that's back there. Find a little rock forward and back. As you lift the right knee, maybe you start to lift the hips a bit so you can straighten that front leg. Just experiment a little bit. And then eventually we're going to meet in Malasana, stepping, hopping, or dragging. Convince that right foot to the top of the mat, outside of your right hand, hands to your heart. Take a couple breaths. Maybe you close your eyes so that you can pull your energy inward. Take a big inhale. Fold forward on your exhale. Keep the feet split, but point the toes forward. And then we're going to reverse swan dive all the way up, all the way up. Sweep it up. Go back into Malasana. Adjust your feet if you need to as you exhale. Stay here. Take a breath in, widen the knees out. And then fold forward, let your head drop. Reverse swan dive, big breath in. Malasana, pull the hips down, hands to your heart on the exhale. Stay, take a breath in. Fold forward, release the head, lift the hips, reverse swan dive. Last one, inhale. Malasana, exhale. Stay for the breath in. Fold forward on the breath out. Reverse swan dive, rise it up tall. Step your feet back together, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to reach the fingers down, chair pose, just for your inhale. Fold forward and empty. Halfway stretch, breathe in. We'll meet in down dog, step or hop to chaturanga. Inhale, you could already be in down dog, that's great too. Downward facing dog, it's all good. Right leg lifts on the in. Step it through, keep the back knee lifted this time. Push into the ball of your right foot. We're going to lift the left arm, come all the way into that revolved crescent lunge. Find your balance, find your steadiness here. If you need more challenge, look up toward your left hand. Take a big inhale. Bring the hands to the heart, pivot your toes to the left, bend your knees so you're in horse pose. You can shift a little bit side to side here. Just pay good attention to your knees. We're working on getting the hips and the knees in one straight line, in one 180-degree line, and that might not happen, and that's fine, right? Can we work towards something, even if we can't control it, its ultimate actualization? Can we just embrace the effort of moving towards something? Press down into your feet. We're gonna rise all the way up into star, make it a kind of pointy star so you can reach the fingers up. Pivot your left toes to the back of the mat, right toes to the right, and then warrior two. Take up a little bit more space between your feet. Set your eyes over your left thumb and breathe. Nice, deep, powerfully peaceful breaths here. We're gonna flip the left palm, keep working into your lunge, reverse your warrior. No weight in the right hand, you can let it just rest on the right leg. Lengthen the tailbone down as you lift up with the left underarm. So really lift left underarm up. Big breath in. Bring the left elbow to the left thigh. Right arm's gonna come up or overhead for a side angle variation. Keep pressing down into the knife edge of your back foot so you're stable in that back leg and the front leg. We go back to reverse warrior. Breathe in. Side angle again on your exhale. This time, sky archer, so come toward reverse warrior, but lift up and straighten out that left knee, and then interlace your hands at your lower back. Rebend the left knee, lift your heart, breathe in. Humble warrior. You might, like me, decide to heel toe your right foot a little closer so you don't feel like you're gonna lose your grip. Let the head drop, let the knuckles reach away from your body, and then look back toward the space between your thighs. Use your breath to support yourself here. Inhaling lots of fresh oxygen. Inhaling to move some of the prana around the body. One more big breath in. Stay here as you exhale. Then we release the right hand down underneath the right shoulder. Spin the right heel up. Dragonfly twist. Reach that left arm all the way up. And then sweep your hands to the top of the mat. Pivot the toes forward. Step back to high plank or float the right foot back to high plank and lower down. Cobra or up dog. Press into the tops of the feet. And then downward facing dog. Send your hips back. Left side. Inhale. Lift your leg up. Take a big step through where you keep the right knee lifted this time. Revolved crescent. Right arm comes up. Left arm comes down. Pause. Find your feet, find your balance. So bring your awareness into your base, anchor into that, and then find kind of like a space that feels like your center of gravity. It's always changing when we're moving around, but we want to keep coming back to it like a compass, a true north center of gravity. Breathe in nice and deep, and then horse, pivot the toes to the right, bring your hands to your heart. Take a few deep breaths, explore whatever range of motion is there today. Maybe you shift side to side. Keep driving the knees out toward the toes as you pull the hips down and slightly back. On an inhale, we've got star, reach up, 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 up. And then warrior two to the back of your mat. 3 deep breaths. One more, breathe in. Stay here as you empty, then we reverse warrior. You can take the eyes down toward what's now your left foot at the top of the mat, or up toward your right hand, or really anywhere that feels good in your neck. So find some spaciousness in the neck, relax the jaw, and get deep into your breath and your lunge. One more long inhale. We've got side angle, right elbow or forearm to the right thigh. Left arm can reach forward or upward, but keep anchoring into the pinky toe side of your left foot, that knife edge side of the foot. Good, breathe in. Stay here on the breath out. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle as you exhale. This time, sky archer. Straighten out your right knee, reach the right arm up. And then interlace the hands at the lower back. Rebend the right knee, lift your heart, lift your chin, fill your lungs. Bow forward as you let it go. 3 deep breaths. You recommit to the pose, last breath. Dragonfly, left hand down, spin the right arm open on an inhale. And then swoop it all the way to the top of the mat. Pivot the toes, step or float the left foot back to low push-up. Cobra or upward, inhale, stretch across the chest. Downward facing dog as you exhale, lift the hips. Stay here, take 1 big cleansing breath in. Then open your mouth, relax your jaw. Right leg lifts on the in-breath. We're gonna flow, step through, keep the left knee lifted, left arm up, revolved crossing. You're rotating to the right, breathe in. Horse pose as you breathe out. Star, inhale. Warrior two to the back of the mat on the exhale. Reverse, breathe in. Extended side, breathe out. Listen, we're gonna come into sky archer with a bind at the low back on the inhale. And then straight into humble warrior on the exhale. Stay here, take a breath in. Let the crown of the head get closer to the mat on your exhale. Dragonfly twist, right hand down, left arm sweeps open, breathe in. And then all the way to the top of the mat, step back high to low or straight to downward facing. Inhale. Exhale. We're on the left leg. Inhale it up. Exhale, step it through. Right arm reaches for revolved. Rotate to the left. Breathe in. Horse, pivot to the right. Breathe out. Star, expand on the inhale. To the back, warrior two on the exhale. Reverse, breathe in. Extended side, breathe out. Back to reverse on the inhale. Extended side on the exhale. Listen, sky archer with a bind. Take a breath in. Humble warrior, rebend the right knee as you exhale. Take one breath in. Let the head get heavy. Left hand down, dragonfly. Finish your inhale. Maybe you look up. Sweep it to the top of the mat. High to low plank or straight to down dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Take a breath in through your nose. Let it go out through the nose or the mouth. Lift the heels, look forward. Step or float to your hands. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, release. Rise on the inhale, reach up. Bend your elbows on the exhale. Reach the hands down, chair pose. Take a breath in, we're gonna add on. Find lightning chair, sweep the arms to your sides. Stand all the way up on the inhale. This time, open arm, twist straight legs, reach way back with the right hand. Come back to chair, breathe in. Stand all the way up, breathe out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open to the left. Try and spin your left shoulder blade back in space behind you. Sweep the left hand down back to chair on the in. Lightning chair on the out. Stand all the way up. Hook the thumbs over your head. Pull the elbows back. Press the hips forward. And then fold forward. Release it. Halfway stretch. Breathe in. Step or float it back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. We're going to take that sequence one more time through just like that. Right leg lifts on the in. Step through on the out. Revolved crescent. Rotate to the right. Left arm is up on the inhale. Pivot to the left, horse pose on the exhale. Star, breathe in. Warrior two to the back as you empty. Reverse on the inhale. Just one extended side angle on the exhale. Sky archer with a bind. Breathe in, inhale, inhale, inhale. Humble warrior. Exhale. Drop the right hand, dragonfly right away on the in-breath. Sweep it all the way to the top of the mat, high to low plank. Inhale, push into your feet in Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing press into your hands, left leg, breathe in. Step it through as you empty, rise, revolve to the left, right arm is high on the inhale. Horse to the right, exhale. Star, breathe in. Warrior two to the back, breathe out. Reverse on the in. One extended side angle just for the out. Sky archer with a bind, big breath in. Humble warrior, let the head go. Right away, dragonfly, left hand down, spin open on the in. Take it all the way to the top of the mat, and then you know where to go through your vinyasa or straight to down dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Look forward when you're ready. Step walk or hop to the top. Halfway stretch, breath in. Forward fold as you empty. We go all the way up on the inhale. Cactus elbows, exhale. Chair, breathe in. Keep your knees bent this time. Open arm twist to the right. Come back to chair. Inhale, maybe the palms touch. Open arm twist to the left. Back to chair, palms together, breathe in. Lightning chair, breathe out. Rise on the inhale, you can hook the thumbs and find that back bend. Press the hips forward and up. And then fold forward, let it go. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Step or jump back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. I want to add a little bit to the beginning of the flow. Keep your breath smooth. Inhale, right leg. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow and then shoot that right leg out to the left. Set your right foot down, sweep into your feet, and then lift the left arm up. Press the ground away. So you're finding a little opening through maybe the top hip and the chest. You can circle the top wrist. Reach the left arm, really stretch it on the inhale. Bring the left hand down on the exhale. Right leg kicks all the way back. Breathe in. We're gonna step the right foot through, and then instead of where we went before, push into your feet. Keep your chest square toward the ground. Wing your arms by your side. Get long in the sides of the neck, so we're in a lightning crescent lunge here. We've got our balancing portion coming up next. Do your best to psych yourself out. Remember, you are already enough exactly the way you are. And it's totally okay to challenge yourself, to find kind of those edgy spots where we can grow. Really just grow in our awareness of our own enoughness. From your lightning crescent, try and bring your hands to your heart. Alternate option is bring the fingers down. But we're going to shift into the front foot, come up onto the left tippy toes, and then bring your left knee to your right calf. Again, you can bring your hands down, or if you're near some furniture, you can bring your hands onto that. So we're in our Shiva squat. From Shiva squat, right foot is still anchoring you down. Rise up, left knee to your chest. Woo, straighten the right leg out, reach your arms up. Single-legged mountain, set the eyes to one spot. Flex your left foot, and then with a flexed left foot, find some ankle circles. Switch the direction of those ankle circles, spread your toes out. Let's lift the knee just a little bit higher, breathe in. And then we're gonna bring the outer edge of the left ankle over the top of the right thigh, hinge at the hips, bring the hands to the heart, or to something that will support you, or to your hips. Try and keep your back flat, your abdominals braced. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the jaw. From our figure four, we're gonna find a dancing Shiva, which is a twist toward the left in this case. So you'll reach the right hand down to either catch the left foot or the left knee as you stand up, and then extend, I'll go with knee, extend the left thigh forward, reach the left arm back. You can stay here or reach for the outside of the left foot. Got a little wobble there. Nice big breath in. Big transition. We're gonna rebend that front knee. Left arm's gonna come all the way forward and down as we find a revolved half moon. So left leg lengthens back, left fingertips are reaching down where they might not touch the mat. They might actually reach for the wall, and then spin that right arm up. From here, we're revisiting the same exact poses that we did in our first flow. So we're gonna take a big step back for revolved crescent lunge. Left arm is up, breathe in. Here we go, horse, breathe out. Star on your in, to the back, warrior two on your out. This time interlace your hands, take a big inhale, and then humble warrior on your exhale. Release the right hand down so you're in your dragonfly pause here. In dragonfly, start to pivot the toes toward what's now your left. Maybe even walk the right foot back just a little bit, and then reach that left arm toward what's the top of your mat. So let the hips sag a little bit. It's called lounging lizard. Breathe in. We're gonna sweep it all the way around to the top of the mat. This time, drop your left knee down. Find a side plank variation. Float the right arm and leg up. You can always bring that right foot back down in space. So you're here, or if you need a little bit more, find your side plank without the knee down by straightening that left leg underneath you. Really press the ground away, reach the top arm forward, breathe in. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. Let yourself be a little experimental here, a little playful here. From downward facing, left leg lifts, you can, breathe in. Step through, keep the fingers tented for a moment, square your chest, and then winged arms. So lightning crescent, get long through the low back. Find your center of gravity here, pull your navel in, and then we're gonna take it into our Shiva squat. Right knee, woo, left calf. Deep Ujjayi breaths. From your Shiva squat, single-legged mountain, lift the right knee, flex the right foot, circle your ankle a few times, spread the toes. Really wake up all the little nooks and crannies. Even though we're not balancing on the right foot, we still want to be connected to it. Reach up a little higher, breathe in. Figure 4, ease yourself into that stretch. Let the right knee get heavy and pull it out and back toward the right. Notice if you're wearing your shoulders like earrings, can you drop them down, lengthen the sides of the neck, soften the jaw. The next place we're heading is our dancing Shiva. So left hand catches either the foot or the knee as you straighten the left leg. Kick the right foot forward, reach the right arm back. Remember, you could hold on to the right knee instead. Pull the lower abdominals inward and upward. It's called Uddiyana Bandha. Pull the pelvic floor muscles inward and upward. It's called Mula Bandha, so root lock. Big breath in. We're taking it all the way into our revolved half moon. Right hand floats down, right leg kicks back, left arm sweeps up. We're gonna flow through this one breath, one motion. Commit right now to going so easy on yourself about how it works out or not, right? We're gonna take a big step back, revolved high crescent lunge, right arm, breathe in. Horse to the right, breathe out. Star, inhale, expand. Warrior 2 to the back of the mat as you exhale. Interlace your hands, take a huge breath in. And then humble warrior, let the crown of the head get heavy. Dragonfly, left hand comes down. This time we take it through lounging lizard, pivot your toes, and then reach that right arm back in space. You'll feel a lot most likely in the top hip and thigh, outer area. Sweep it all the way back around to the top of the mat. This time we're dropping the right knee and finding our side plank with the left limbs. Left leg can be lifted. Left foot can plant down, and then you've got the option if you want to straighten the right leg for your side plank here. You find a little steadiness and a little ease in whatever version you chose to take, even if that's just relaxing your jaw. Reach the top arm forward. We'll meet in downward facing dog. There is no rush to get there. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's take a cleansing breath before we put it all together for the finale. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Look forward. Travel lightly to the top of your mat. Halfway stretch. Here we go. Breathe in. Chest to thighs. Breathe out. Rise on the inhale. Cactus elbows on the exhale. Chair pose, breathe in. Open arms to the right as you breathe out. Back to chair, inhale. Open arms to the left, exhale. Back to chair, big breath in, lightning chair this time as you empty. Interlace the hands at the lower back, broaden the collarbones out as you fill your lungs, and then fold it forward with that bind. Not much of a break, halfway stretch, breathe in. We'll meet in downward facing dog. I'm gonna take a tabletop to cow on the inhale. You can join me with that. And then down dog on the exhale. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Knee to the left. I realize we forgot this on the other side. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and open. Exhale, bring that left hand right back down. Three-legged, breathe in. Step through, lightning crescent. Wing your arms on your inhale. Shiva squat, long exhale. Single-legged mountain, finish your inhale, reach, 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 reach. Figure 4, exhale as you find your deep seat. Dancing Shiva, catch the foot or the knee, inhale as you open to the left. And then exhale all the way into your revolved half moon. Drop the left foot back, revolved high crescent, breathe in. Horse to the left, exhale. Star on the in. Warrior 2 to the back on the out. Interlace your hands and fill. Humble warrior as you empty. Lounging lizard, right hand down. Sweep all the way back on the in-breath. Swoop it all the way to the top of the mat on the exhale. We're dropping the left knee or not. Side plank to the right. You're facing the right. Lift the right arm up. Big inhale. Vinyasa, you take tabletop if you want. Cow with me, breathe in. Down dog, or you got there your own way. Left leg lifts. Let's take that knee to the right elbow. and shoot it out. Pause here. Take a few breaths so that we're evening ourselves out. Maybe you soften the top wrist. Keep pushing the ground away so you've got that firm support with your bottom hand. Steady yourself, breathe in. Bring the left hand, left leg back. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale to the right elbow. Right arm lifts just for the breath in this time. Exhale it back down, three-legged, breathe in. Step through, lightning crescent. Inhale. Shiva squat, long exhale. Single-legged mountain, breathe in. Figure four, breathe out. Dancing Shiva, inhale as you rotate. Balancing, half moon, revolve it. Sweep the left arm up, breathe in. Take a big step back, revolved high crescent, inhale. Horse to the right, exhale. Star, reach up, maybe you look up. To the back of the mat, warrior two. Interlace your hands and fill your lungs. Humble warrior, let the head go. Dragonfly or lounging lizard, sweep it around on the inhale. Travel to the top of the mat. We've got our side plank. This time you're facing the left. You can drop the right knee or not. Press the ground away. Try and stack your shoulders and your wrists. Take the top arm forward. Breathe in. Vinyasa. And we'll meet this time in child's pose. So drop your knees. Widen the knees out. Drop the forehead down or drop to one side of your face. And then let your body start to melt a little bit here. Close the eyes. And notice where your attention is drawn, the sensations in your body. You breathe right into the spaces that you feel the most warmth, or maybe the spaces that have a little sensation of stiffness or fatigue. Send your breath, send your prana, your energy into those areas gently. If you've got your head on one side, go ahead and shift to the other side just to relax the neck and balance it out. When you're ready, we're going to work our way into bridge pose. If you happen to have a block or a pillow or a bolster, I invite you to use that. I'm going to use a bolster today. I don't have a block with me. So supported bridge. You're going to lie down on your back with your knees bent and a prop, if you're using it, in your hands. Press into your feet. You take an active bridge. This might be where you stay if that feels like what you want right now. Otherwise, slide your prop underneath your butt and then let the hips melt down. So it doesn't have to be the biggest lift. If, like me, you don't have a block and you need a little bit more stretch across the front of the hips and thighs, you can straighten the legs one at a time. Let your eyes soften. And use your breath to scan your body here. If you're opting for an active back bend, just know that supported bridge or a passive version is available to you at any time. If you're opting, like me, for a passive back bend, vice versa, right? So you can at any time, based on your connection with yourself and your own insight into what you need energetically, adjust. That said, see if you can commit to whatever you choose for at least 3 breaths. And find that sense of surrender with either an active or a passive shape. We can surrender into the active shapes as well. Might be a little bit more of a mental gymnastics, but explore what it feels like to let yourself Be with whatever is and trust. If you haven't and you'd like to switch from passive to active, from active to passive, those of you that want to take an active, reset your feet about hips distance apart, move the block or the bolster or the pillow out from underneath you, and then press down into your feet to lift the hips upward. Stay here as you push the heels, the feet energetically toward the top of the mat. So you're gonna roll back a little bit into your chin. Keep lifting the hips, so now you're not only finding an opening through the hips, but you're extending the spine. You can shimmy the shoulders a little closer together. Maybe you even interlace your hands on the mat underneath you and press the pinky finger side of your hands downward to lift, lift, lift. Take a deep breath in. And then it's a long, slow exhale. Start with your ribs and your mid-back. Like a wave, let your butt drop last. Once your hips land, take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Last back bend, bridge or wheel or supported bridge. If you want to play with wheel here with me, feet are going to stay about hips distance. This time bring your hands underneath your shoulders with your fingers pointing forward. Press or pull with your fingertips into your mat like you're trying to claw into your yoga mat. Squeeze your butt, lift your hips, and then lift up first onto the crown of the head. You can pause there and then try and take the weight out of the crown of the head. You can always come back to bridge. Always let yourself come back to bridge. If it feels like a good idea or you're willing to try it and back off at any point in time, maybe you straighten the arms. You smooth your breathing out. If it's available, take 3 more big, full circular breaths. So that means the inhale turns right into the exhale. And as soon as that exhale is done, without rushing, right back into an inhale. Circular breath. As if you could breathe into your hands and your feet. And then slowly, slowly, slowly release. Bring your knees gently into your chest here. And just notice what you feel. And give yourself a very gentle hug here. Maybe you're rocking side to side. It feels good to give yourself a really tight squeeze. Perhaps you curl the head, the shoulders off the mat. Maybe you even give your kneecaps a little smooch. And then let's find Shavasana. Some kind of resting pose where you can finish your practice. Please try to give yourself this. You're so worthy of rest, and it's so vital. Rest is so, so vital. Just like exercise and activity is important for our health and well-being, rest is equally, if not in some cases more important. So try not to skip this. You can adjust into a different shape or another very gentle stretch. And let yourself stay really low to the ground. Let your eyelids soften. And let your muscles melt and your mind wander, just surrendering into whatever the experience of this moment is for you. Stay here, listen for my voice in just about a minute to end our practice. Stay here just a tiny bit longer. And with your next inhale, as if you could inhale through the soles of the feet, draw the breath, the prana, all the way up the body, all the way up to the crown of the head. And with your exhale, as if you could retrace that line, that wave right back down, shoulders, hips, legs, out through the soles of the feet. And again, inhale through the soles of the feet, fill all the way up, all the way up. Like a wave as you exhale right back down, relaxing a little bit more of the muscle tension. And this time, as you inhale through the soles of the feet, keep going and reach your arms up over your head. Take a big stretch. Open mouth, exhale. And take all the time in the world to gently move from your shavasana, whatever that was, to a seat. Pausing in your seat to reaffirm the validity, the worthiness, the enoughness, the wholeness, the completeness of yourself, exactly as you are. And trusting that from that space of peace and confidence, we have access to continue to grow and learn and expand in ways that come from a sense of abundance. Reach the arms out and up as you gather in one more big breath. And then draw that goodness right back into you, back into your heart. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your energy and your practice. Keep taking good care of yourself. I hope to see you soon.